Hey everyone, I am Cheyenne Weeble. I'm a Diamond Ambassador with Plexus, and I just wanted to thank you all so much for getting on tonight. I know your time is precious, but Brittany and I were talking last week, and we thought it would just be so good for our jewels on our team to just tell our stories and tell you why we chose Plexus. We know that there are so many other companies, network marketing companies out there, but we wanted you to know why we chose Plexus and why we think Plexus is the absolute best network marketing company around. So I'm going to start, and then you're going to hear from other jewels. Wendy Kassane could not be on tonight. Amy McGinnis could not be on tonight. Those are two more jewels that you won't get to hear from, but later on, we're going to try to do this more often, get on more often together as a group, so you'll be hearing from them as well. And then Brittany's is gonna end this meeting for us. So I'll go ahead and start. My journey started in June of 2013, and y'all, I don't even know that I knew Plexus. I don't even think I knew Plexus was a network marketing company. I just knew that I wanted to lose weight, and I tried the products, lost a few pounds, and Celeste said that I should join. So I decided to join Plexus, just thinking it was totally weight loss. And I ended up having great results. I started sleeping better. I had energy. I kicked my soda habit, and ended up losing some weight as well. Then my husband started the products. He too started sleeping better. His restless leg syndrome pain was gone. And so those were great things. He had lost a little bit of weight too. But then we had another family member that really struggled with depression and anxiety. And within 3 days of taking Slim, she was skipping around. And y'all, for us, that was huge. That's when I knew that our products were like gold. When you see a family member that struggles with anxiety and depression, and then all of a sudden they're happy and they're themselves again, it's totally worth it. And so for us, that was the turning point for us, where it was like, okay, this isn't just fun and games. This is serious. We're seeing life-changing events happen. And then on the financial side, my journey was really fast. And a lot of you have heard that story, and I'm not going to go into those details right now, but along the way, I've had so much personal development. I have grown in ways that I never thought was possible. I've, stepped into a leadership role. Y'all, I've never wanted to be a leader. So that has been huge for me, just praying and figuring out how to be the leader God has designed me to be. So personal development, and then of course financially, I got to quit my job. Kevin was able to quit his job. We've been able to open the CORE, which is a science, technology, engineering, and mathematics enrichment center for children, in hopes to take it over to Vietnam and other countries where not all children get educated. Those are dreams, y'all, that we are getting to fulfill because of Plexus. Plexus is helping fund our adoption. It's helping us pay for our daughter's college, our other daughter's select soccer, and it helps us go on mission trips. So it just goes on and on and on, y'all. It's just totally changed our life. So I had never been in network marketing before. Like I said, getting into it, I didn't even know that Plexus was a network marketing company. But the changes that I've seen in my life, in family members' lives, it has totally been worth it. And that's when Kevin was truly sold on Plexus, is when he went to his first convention. Y'all, I reached Diamond at that convention, but that is when Kevin was truly sold, because he saw the integrity of Alec and Charles. And so that is huge, having a CEO and a president of a company that truly loves the products, the company, and most importantly, their ambassadors and their customers. They truly, truly love us. So that's just a little bit of my story. Kim Wilson was my first ambassador, and she actually helped teach me some of this business. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to her so she can let you know why she chose Plexus.
Hey everybody, I'm so excited to share with you why I love Plexus, why I chose Plexus, and why I will always stay with Plexus. When I first saw Cheyenne posting about Plexus back in 2013, I was with another marketing company, and I was happy there. Um, I thought I was making good money, and I loved the products. I loved the company. It was a great company. I have nothing bad to say about them. But when I saw her posting about Plexus, I was looking for weight loss at the time. And so I thought, if these products do what she says that they did for her, I knew that this could be a good opportunity. I've always been a fan of network marketing. Since I was very young, I was introduced to network marketing, I think when I was 19 years old. I was very young. And I heard a lot of amazing testimonies just about lifestyle and different things, freedom, and that really intrigued me. So I had always been a fan of network marketing. So I started looking. After I saw her post, I started doing some research. I looked into the compensation plan. First, I looked into the products because I was looking for the weight loss. I wasn't necessarily looking for the opportunity at the time, but I did look into the compensation plan just because I do love network marketing. So I knew if the products worked that it might be something I would be interested in. So I went ahead and signed up as an ambassador. When I told Cheyenne I wanted to do that, she was like, why? But I'm so glad that I did. When I started, like I said, I was just looking for weight loss. But after starting Plexus, I've learned so much about health that I really it wasn't something I was looking for at the time. I didn't even know I needed it, honestly. I did have a lot of health issues, but I didn't know there was something out there that could help me with all of those things. I suffered from terrible migraines. I was on, a really strong prescription drug for migraines before Plexus, and also prescription medication for anxiety. I'm off of all of those medications now, and not just the migraines and the anxiety, but like Kevin, I had the restless leg syndrome and plantar fasciitis, a lot of different health testimonies. My kids have had great success on them. Just really life-changing things. So the health side is one of the biggest reasons I'm with Plexus. But guys, when I looked at the compensation plan, and Christina Schiller, my best friend, she was in the other company with me, and I was trying to talk to her about Plexus, and she really wasn't interested. She, like me, she loved the company that we were with, and she just didn't really want to hear about it. But I'm like, you've got to look at these products. They're life-changing. You should hear these stories. And you've got to look at this compensation plan. It's really different, and it's not stressful like the one that we had been working with. It was so much easier. I don't want to take up time going into the details and the differences in those compensation plans, but you guys, the stress level in that one compared to this is so great. I really can't explain it. It could be very stressful there. There were ways that you could really lose your downline if you weren't careful. So there was a lot of stress there. Plexus has just, you guys know how easy our compensation plan is. So, those are the two main things in the beginning that have kept me with Plexus. And, I was thinking about if somebody ever asked me, because I left another company for Plexus, what if something else came along that was better, or not better, but just that the compensation plan would even compare? Because I haven't found anything that does, and I've looked at a lot of compensation plans. But one of the things, even if there was something that could even compare to Plexus, which I don't think there is, the thing that would keep me here is the integrity of our company. I can't imagine, I know other companies out there are not like us. We are different. The one Plexus, that's a huge difference with other network marketing companies. They were very competitive, all the sidelines. They didn't work together like we do with Plexus. So that's another big thing for me, just the friendships with sidelines and people that aren't on your team, the way that everybody works together, and just the integrity of our corporate leaders. It's such a rare find. I wouldn't go anywhere for those reasons. I can't imagine being with anybody else. So I am going to introduce my first level 1 jewel, Angela Faith. She also was the first jewel in Maryland. And so I want to go ahead and turn it over to her and let her tell you her story.
Hi. Okay, can everybody hear me? Make sure I unmuted. I feel like I should introduce myself a little bit too. It's so fun when you get to talk to other people's teams, isn't it? Like, I feel like my team hears from me all the time, so I get to talk to all these other teams, and that's fun. I felt like it was kind of funny when Cheyenne posed the question, do you guys want to do a video about why we chose Plexus? And we can all get together and talk about it. And I thought, sure. I mean, my part in that video is going to be really short because I didn't choose Plexus. I feel like Plexus chose me. I mean, it wasn't even like I went looking for anything. And so it really chose me. And so I really had to think a little bit and chew on how am I going to answer this and give people the reasons as to why I moved forward and turned it into a business and became eventually a Sapphire at this point. So this is where I came from. First of all, you should know I went to high school with Kim, so I've known her for many, many years. And I had absolutely no interest in doing a network marketing company ever. I had been introduced to many, many network marketing companies over the years. I can't even, the list of names of ones that people introduced me to and said, just take a look at it. You know, you would love this, you'd be great at it. And I really blew it off. I mean, to be honest, there was never a point at which I looked at something and said, oh, maybe I'm interested in this. Maybe I could really do it. I'm not that person. I didn't, I'm not a joiner. I don't, even like I volunteered at my kids' schools all the time, but I really didn't even want to join the PTA. Like that's how far off the mark it was for me to join something. I ran a daycare and ran my kids to travel sports. My oldest is 20 and she was a dancer in school. And then my second oldest is 18 and she is a volleyball player. So I ran my kids to sports, and my youngest, he just, was towed along in the back seat for everything, wherever we were going. And my life was really busy. So I worked 50 hours a week. I had a super, super busy life with my kids. My husband traveled all the time. And I certainly in no way, shape, or form was looking for a business. And so if you had asked me, somebody had approached me and said, hey, here's this great product, I think that you should take a look at it, I would have done what I did with everything else, which is blow it off and say, that's not for me. I don't like, I had a hard time even getting like a BJ's club membership, but that's how like I'll do it myself. I'll do it the hard way. And it's ridiculous. I just, wanted to do things my own way, and I wasn't really a joiner. So I think that that's important, just because I think you guys run into a lot of people like me. And not only that, I had a cabinet full of supplements where I had done the research. I'd been using supplements for over a dozen years. I had, to the point that I needed those little shelf stacking things so I could see everything that was in there. And people in my family turned to me a lot to say, I have this going on. What do you think I should use for it? And I'd like pull out, I always reference my books. I'd like pull out my herb, books. Well, this is what it says in this book, and you could probably use this for it. So I was that person in my family, and nobody would have approached me with a health and wellness business, I don't think, and say, you might want to do this, because I already seemed like I already had that under control. But here's what happened, and here's how Plexus picked me. I didn't pick Plexus. I was really, really sick, and people didn't know how sick I was. I actually was diagnosed with several autoimmune diseases, and I had fibromyalgia. I was on 3 different medications. I was crawling up the stairs many, many times a month or a week. It was to the point that I was crawling. I won't go into my whole health testimonial, but suffice it to say, I was very sick. I was in a very bad place. And that was despite having a clean diet, despite being someone who exercised, despite somebody who was using supplements and doing things right. I drank a lot of water, always have. And so all of the things were in place that should have led to me like not being sick. These things shouldn't have happened to me. And so for me, it was really simple. When Plexus came in my view, it was at a time when I was pretty much at the absolute worst where I could have been health-wise, desperation-wise. I thought there was no more hope for me. And I really had tried everything else. I really had. I mean, when we look at like somebody who's done the research and said, what supplements could help me feel better? Because you guys get these questions from people. Well, can I just go? I know you do. Can I just go get all of these ingredients and go get it from the store and do it myself? And I laugh when people say that. I'm like, yes, you can. You could be exactly like I was, getting 0 results. And I was researching the companies that I was buying stuff from. I wasn't just buying it from Walmart. Like, I was making sure that the companies I was buying these supplements from had, good quality, and they were supposed to be the best, the best quality of whatever. And it was not getting me any results. So the really simple answer to this is, this is the line of products that's going to get people results. And so it's really simple for me. It turned my life around. It changed my life rapidly. It then changed my daughter's lives. It then changed my best friend's life. It started to change the lives of people that I was saying, you got to get on this stuff. It was a no-brainer to turn it into a business because people needed the products. It was that simple. People needed the products. So going a step beyond that, it's okay, you look at the compensation plan and you look at anything else out there, which, yeah, people have introduced me to every company under the sun, I feel like, and showed me these crazy like binary plans, and you stack people like this, and then as long as you do this, then that happens. That makes my brain hurt. I could never do something like that. This is simple. It works. The products work. And if the products didn't work, the business wouldn't work. And it's that simple. So, I mean, that's really, that's the simple answer to why I chose Plexus. It changed my life. It's changing other people's lives. And I have a whole entire crazy for Plexus, team that if you get them together in a room, I mean, it'll make your head spin, the things that have changed for them. So beyond that, I mean, if you just want to kind of skip forward to like why I love the company now, it's like this. I was never willing to get behind anything and really, I don't know, wholeheartedly get behind a particular company because it just wasn't that trusting. My integrity matters to me. So I'm the kind of person that never wanted to really align with a particular company and kind of lock arms and say, yeah, I'm all for this company because, I just am not that trusting, and I don't want somebody to take my integrity down when, they show their true colors. And so for me to actually say, I am all about Plexus, it was actually a really big deal, just coming from being the kind of person that I am. But I'm all Plexus. I'm like, you're not going to shake my belief in it. You're not going to change my mind about it. I know what is behind their intentions with the product line that they have developed. I understand that they are trying to do something bigger than latch on to the latest fad and throw a product out there that's going to catch people's attention. I understand that I'm aligned with a company that's trying to do something really good in the world. And that's cool. And I like that. And I like being part of that. So compensation plan aside, I'm just happy to be part of a company that is doing good things and trying so hard. Everybody hits speed bumps. Of course, we've all, seen spots where we hit speed bumps as we were growing, but I still wouldn't choose a different company ever. I mean, this is the company for me. And, I've been able to retire, and I paid my daughter's entire college tuition 48 hours ago for the semester with, in cash. It's absolutely crazy. If you'd asked me 4 years ago whether I could have imagined having an entire career and being a part of a network marketing company, I would have laughed. But here I am, 3 years later. I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change it for the world. So with that said, I'm going to introduce my sister-in-law, Elizabeth Credno, who is an Emerald Ambassador in Virginia. And she was one of the first handful of jewels there. And I'm going to let her take it away and tell her story.
Hey everybody, thanks a lot for coming tonight. I realize your time is valuable, and I just think it's really great that you guys are all taking time out of your evening to be here. Okay, so let me just start with my journey. I came to Plexus to lose weight, which I did, but more importantly, why I decided to sell it is very similar to what Cheyenne said about knowing someone with depression. I had depression since I was in high school, made early onsets in middle school, and it was really bad. It was, there were days I couldn't get out of bed to get my kids ready for school. And I was on and off antidepressants. I'm in my 40s now, so for their entire lives I've been on and off. And I was just always struggling because when I was on antidepressants, it wasn't making me feel 100% better. It was just kind of numbing me out, but it wasn't, I still wasn't joining the world of the living. And so I came to Plexus to lose weight. And I was really, really surprised when I lost my depression, and I got happy, really happy for the first time in my life since I was a child. And that to me is so worth my pride, which is what it took for me to decide to do this business, because I was your total, I was the absolute total person who would thumb my nose at multi-level marketing and think everybody's crazy for doing it. And I wouldn't participate in parties. I was just the total snob. And this has been such an eye-opener for me. I absolutely love this business. I will be in this business forever. It is fantastic. Before Plexus, I was a full-time real estate agent, and I was very successful at it. And I worked because I wanted to. I didn't need to. My husband has a really successful career, and I just did it to occupy my time, and I thought it was fun. But there were things about it that weren't fun. The evening hours and weekends, and this truly is a very flexible schedule. So I feel like I'm a newer Emerald. I hope to one day do amazing things like Cheyenne. At this point, the reason I stay in this business is my drive for gut health, educating people on gut health, because now that I know that that was what caused years of depression, which I feel like stole my life from me. Now that I have that back, I just want to live life with so much excitement and vigor, and just totally embrace everything. And so my goal is, of course, to get to Diamond. And I just want to really, really live. And so I want to go on adventures and explore. I spent so much time in bed and being depressed that I'm so done with that. And this company has that to offer for me. And I'm just really excited. On my team right now, I've got 7 people that have shared with me, could be more, that are off of anti-anxiety and antidepressants. And that's really good, because that's totally my passion. And this company is awesome. So I hope you guys just find your passion, find your why, and run with it, because you so can do this too. And so now I'd like to introduce Kim Waller, who is an Emerald from Texas.
Hi guys. I don't know how many of you even know my story, but basically when I started Plexus, I was not, just the same with Angela, I wasn't looking for anything. I had watched several friends build the business. I was not interested at all. I was a supplement snob. I've been in the wellness industry for, gosh, I can't even remember now, but it's probably been 7 to 8 years. I worked for a traditional naturopath here in Dallas. I worked part-time, but really what I was a stay-at-home mom. I homeschooled my kids, and that's really what I want to do. That's all I've really ever wanted to do. But I needed to get a part-time job when my girls started college and things like that. And if you've ever priced college, if you don't have kids there yet, it's not cheap. And so we had kids in college, and I had to do some stuff. And I can remember one day that, when your kids start, after you homeschool them for so long and then they go off to college, people started asking me, well, so what are you going to do when you grow up? What? And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm a wife and a mom. I am grown up. But that really and I started thinking, I do need to find something to do. And so I wasn't looking for Plexus, and I really believe with all of my heart, if Brittany Baumgartner is my upline, I went to go and get my hair cut one day by her. And really, I just wanted a haircut and a color. I didn't want anything else. And but if she would not have told me about Plexus face to face, and I would not have seen her passion, I still would not be in this business. Facebook wasn't doing it for me. And so I just tell y'all that just so you know, those of you that are afraid to pick up the phone or afraid to talk to people, I would have never joined Plexus. I saw it on Facebook. I wasn't interested. So the reason I am passionate about Plexus is because once I started using the products, I was already passionate about wellness. I believe every single person needs probiotics. I think we all need gut health. I've worked in the industry for so long. I know that people are sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I know we have a healthcare system that isn't working. So we have the products that are going to change lives, right? And who isn't passionate about changing people's lives? Plexus for me was a great fit. The reason I chose Plexus is because it's a low startup fee. And I don't know if you've ever looked at any other companies. I have. I had done network marketing, and I actually told God that I would never, ever, ever, ever do it again. I was so burned out, but I believe without a shadow of a doubt that He brought Plexus to me. For one, the low startup cost. I had to use my garage sale money. It was my life savings. That's what I used to buy my starter kit. I had done other companies where I had to pay over $1,500 to get started. We don't have any inventory. And if you've not been with other companies, you do not know what a gift this is. We have no overhead. We use consumable products. I was already paying a fortune for supplements because I had been on probiotics and everything. So that's why I chose Plexus, because it was a right fit, the ground floor opportunity. Why am I staying with Plexus? I am so passionate about this company for so many reasons. For one, it's changed our family. I believe it has given me hope. And I don't say that lightly. I can remember nights where I would lay in bed and wonder, what if the economy dropped and my husband, he's economy based, his business is, what would happen to us? We were on a single income. There's times where we couldn't buy Christmas gifts. We couldn't pay for groceries because what if he didn't have a good month, right? And so it was either feast or famine in our business. And so aside from health issues, it's changed my health, but financially it's changed our family. We have 2 daughters. One got married right after I started Plexus. We were able to pay for her wedding. And we have another one that we have to pay for her wedding. And then also we had 2 girls go through college. And so it's been such a blessing financially. But more than anything, it's given me a platform to share who Christ is, which is huge. Because if I had to redo, I was a child bride. I married my husband when I was 19. I wanted to be a missionary. And my husband didn't have that same passion. So now I feel like the Lord has given me that gift that I get to share just His blessings. So, and now I'm so excited. I get to introduce this. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to hear from her. She is such a gift. Sapphire Ambassador Sylvia Porter.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Sylvia Porter, Sapphire Ambassador, and I have been doing Plexus. I think tomorrow's December 1st. Tomorrow will be my 3-year Plexiversary. And the reason that I chose Plexus was that I was watching my upline and high school best friend, Wendy Hussein. I wasn't watching her. She had sworn off network marketing, and she posted one day about Plexus, and it caught my eye because she had sworn off network marketing forever. And so when I saw her post, I was like, wonder what she's doing. Actually, people posted on her wall that they thought she'd been hacked. So I immediately called her and asked her what it was that she had found and why she decided to jump on board. And she told me all about the products and how she felt more energy and all the things, the wonderful things that the products had done for her. And then she also gave me a little snippet about her uplines, who are Cheyenne and Celeste, and kind of how quickly their journey was going and how exciting that was. Now, a little bit of background on myself. I had been in network marketing since I was in college. So 3 years ago, I think I was at about 15 years experience in network marketing. So for a very long time. And in that time, I was only with two companies that were skincare. So I didn't jump around. I didn't bounce around. I loved what I did. But as has been mentioned here already, the compensation plans don't even compare to Plexus. And there are a lot of burdens that come with a lot of those other companies, such as inventory requirements or the need to have parties. And if you're not continually getting out and having parties and making those additional connections, your volume drops, your activity drops. If your team isn't out having parties, your rank can be in jeopardy. Your commissions can be very much like a roller coaster, up really high one month and plummeting the next month. And it was very unpredictable. So I said I found direct sales when I was in college. I went to college and then I went to law school, became an attorney, and worked as an attorney for 12 years. All along that time, I did network marketing. So I am a firm believer in this business model, and I always knew that it could be a game changer. Unfortunately, for all those years, it wasn't a significant game changer in my life. And I left the legal field in 2012 for reason I didn't like it. I was a mom. It was a hard job, busy, just didn't want to do it. So I was home for a year, and that's when I saw Wendy post about Plexus, and it was amazing. She sent me a trial pack. I tried it. I immediately loved the product. I could tell right away that I had more energy and that I was sleeping better and that I had great craving control. And that was just with that 7-day trial pack. So I placed a preferred customer order, and then I Googled the comp plan and I just read through it online. And just through reading through the comp plan, I knew that the comp plan was awesome. And what I love about our comp plan is that it sustains itself. A lot of times that you hear about companies going under or closing their doors, it's because they have these fancy comp plans that pay you a lot of money, so they look really appealing, but the comp plan doesn't support itself. So they outgive, they outpay themselves, and then they go under because they cannot keep up with what they're paying. The sales are not reflecting what they've agreed to pay their consultants. That's the genius of the Plexus comp plan, is that because the point is based on profits, we won't ever drown ourselves, because if our sales plummet, our point value will go down. And even then, there's a guarantee in the point value with that $100 or $99 that we need before we become commission qualified. So truly, you guys, when people say, how do you know that Plexus will be around? I mean, I give two answers. First of all, there's a lot of direct sales companies that have been around for a very long time. This is not a new idea, and a successful company with a good product is going to survive. So I'm not worried about that. I know our products are awesome. But the key thing to me is that our comp plan is so genius that we won't put ourselves under just because of that. The more we make, it's because our sales are reflecting that. So I love that. So I canceled my PC order. I joined. I mean, she sent me my trial over Thanksgiving week, and I joined December 1st. That's how quickly it was. It was very exciting. I called Amy McGinnis, who's my best friend, and she was my first Emerald. And I told her, look, I kind of have a new idea for us. And she wasn't really thrilled about the idea of doing health supplements. We were in skincare, and we loved helping women. We loved helping women with their problems, regardless of what that was. But this just was so much more far-reaching. I love that Plexus appeals to men and women the same, all different age groups. And so that's what made it exciting for me. I have, family members with high cholesterol, diabetes, chronic pain. And so I really like that I could reach out to all of those people in my life and help them also. And so for me, it was an easy decision, especially based on the business aspect of it. And so that's why I primarily chose Plexus, which I know is kind of a reverse story of what a lot of the times you hear, but I chose Plexus because of the business side first. Obviously I tried the products and I love them and I did see what they could do, but my motivation was, wow, this comp plan is awesome. Now that has grown and changed because I just love to see how people's lives are changed. You can't go to a meeting or hear testimonies and not be moved by what our products are doing for people. So I'm confident in our products that they can change people's lives. And I know that this business can change people's lives because it's changed my life. In 18 months, I ranked to Emerald. And I knew just based on the point structure and the bonus structure that would replace the income I was making as an attorney, and it did. And now as my team continues to grow and my customer base continues to grow. I've more than doubled what I made as an attorney. And just to be able to do that and be home with my 3 children is such a blessing. And I just love it. I wish more people would take network marketing more seriously, because the potential to live, I always say live a life you love. The potential to live a life you love is here in network marketing, and it's here with Plexus. And I know we've hit some road bumps, but you guys, if any of you have ever heard our executives speak in person, you can feel their love for us. You can feel it in the air. And so that's why I always say, if you can go to the opportunity of a lifetime meeting that they're always at, you go, whether you have a guest, whether it's a 2-hour drive, whatever, because to hear them speak will solidify your belief in this company, because you will feel how much they love you and care about you. And so I'm so happy that you're all on this journey with us, and I'm not going anywhere. And now I want to introduce Emily Walter, who is my dear friend and also an Emerald Ambassador on our team.
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm Emily. I'm in San Diego, California, and I started Plexus in January of 2014. I'm Amy McGinnis's twin sister, if you can't tell, but she told me about it, and I was looking into it for her, and I told her not to do it. I was a personal trainer before kids, and like Kim was saying, and I was a snob about supplements, and I actually really didn't believe that people should take things for weight loss. And when we first heard about Plexus, all it was talked about was weight loss. So I was highly against it for her to take it. But then when she told me she's going to do it, I figured I really better look into it. So I started researching more, taking it to different nutritionists, doctors, all those different people, anybody with a higher education than myself, to tell me it was going to be bad. And they all gave me the green light. So I told her she could go for it. And I figured, she's my twin sister, she can't look better than me, I better jump on board with her. So I've done network marketing in the past with Amy, because I thought it was something fun I could do with her. So when I went away to college, she was doing another company. I did that so I could have that connection with her. So after the inventory and everything, going into debt to make sure she held rank, I decided that I would never do network marketing again, but I would hold any party anybody asked me to hold, because I was a supporter of it. I saw the benefits of it. I saw Sylvia and Amy do well in every company they've been in. So I knew, like, I would support them, but I'm not doing it with them. So I became her customer. And within 2 weeks, I loved it. I fell in love with the products. I loved how I felt. So I joined thinking I'd be lucky to earn my products. And I honestly joined because I was having a really hard time adjusting to having 2 kids at home. I just had Peter, my second son, and they're 16 months apart. It was a really difficult time adjusting 2 kids. I felt trapped and I felt lonely. And I never talk about that. So I don't know why that just came out, but I did. So I did it so that I could have that oh my gosh, so sorry. I did that so I could have that connection with Amy and to be able to feel like I was a part of what was going on back where Amy and Sylvia were at. So I really just did it for that. And God had a totally different idea, and it took off. And I'm always been passionate about health, hence I was a personal trainer. So it was an even bigger joy to be able to help people in a bigger way than just working them out. We were getting to root causes of issues. Once we got into the gut health issue, it totally transformed all what we were doing. I mean, my health transformed. No more gluten allergy, no more chronic constipation, which in that alone was life-changing. I lost weight, and like I said, we were able to, I haven't retired my husband, but we're pretty much getting to the point where I could. I'm not going to, because he needs to work. It's good for him. But the biggest thing and the biggest joy I love from this company is that they really encourage you to be the blessing. I love that Alex said that, like, you know, if you are blessed, be a blessing. And I love the examples that we have, like Cheyenne and, you know, Sarah Marble, where they're investing in things outside themselves. Their why is not just, oh, let me pay for a soccer club, or, you know, let me pay, you know, for my cleaning lady, whatever it is. It was bigger than themselves. So, you know, like, they're able to take care of orphans in different countries. And so my husband and I really started praying about where God was leading us. And somebody, that's not me. I don't know if anybody heard that, but that was hilarious. Okay. So for me, like, Alan and I really started praying about, like, where God was going to use it, because I didn't know what ministry I wanted to invest in, but I knew I wanted something bigger than just providing for our family. And so God led us to Young Life. And this past summer, you know, we were able to send kids to summer camp, and it is expensive to send kids to summer camp. So I was, you know, glad that we're able to help out in that. And then I have a much bigger goal for this next summer, but God also led us. He kept leading us more. So now we're on the board for Young Life. So I just think it's really cool that through Plexus, you know, we're able to give so much more to different things, and to be able to invest in people. The friendships I've made from this company, the closeness, family atmosphere. I get asked all the time if this is a Christian company, and I know it's not, but to me it is. And I absolutely love that, you know, I can talk about my faith and share about Jesus, and it's awesome. So I absolutely love being a part of this company. I'm not going anywhere. I couldn't imagine myself doing anything other than this. And thanks for having me share with you guys. And now I'm going to introduce you to my good friend and sideline sister, Johanna Trask. She's going to share with you. She's an Emerald Ambassador, and she lives up closer to Sylvia and Amy. Lucky girl.
Thank you, Emily. Hi, everybody. My name is Johanna Trask, and I am an Emerald Ambassador. And I've always been business-minded. I have a business and marketing degree, and in the past, growing up, I've always thought and dreamt about owning my own business one day. And when I do something, I'm fully committed. So about 10 years ago, I joined my first network marketing company. I had no idea that it was network marketing either, like some of the other Jules stated, but it was a skincare line. I never asked about the comp plan, but I was told I had to host parties. So I jumped in, I bought samples, I spent money on presentation binders, and since it was a party-based business, I had to ask my friends to host their friends to hear my spiel, and I jumped in and I started hosting these parties, and I hated it. I hated putting my friends on the spot. I hated having to be away from my husband. We were newlyweds at that time, and I hated being away from home on weekends and nights. But I stuck it out for a few months, and then we got pregnant with our first, and I was put on strict bed rest. So I could no longer host these parties, and I quit that business. I ended up leaving that company, spending more than I didn't make any. I left having spent money and not making any money, hundreds of dollars. And that also at that time, because I was placed on bed rest, I was a full-time teacher at that time. My pay was cut by about 30% because I had to go on disability. And guess what the first thing was that I cut from my budget? It was the skincare that I was just hawking to my friends, right? So that was the first thing to cut because I realized it was a luxury and I could live without it. And then I realized, you know what? I was in the wrong line of business or product line because people would do the same, right? If you're gonna, I think, in my opinion, if you're gonna need a cut back, you're gonna go to Target for your face lotion instead of spending $80 on your face lotion. So I learned that. And then a few years later, I started a candy buffet business with one of my friends. and it was super fun. We set up candy buffets for baby showers, bridal showers, weddings. But I didn't take into account that I would be gone on nights and weekends. We had to drive far away sometimes to the wedding locations. And so I had to stop that because I was a young mom. So again, this was all about 7 to 10 years ago. And after the candy buffet business, I thought, I'm not cut out for business. I'm just going to stick to teaching. I was a special ed teacher and I loved it. And I felt like, okay, maybe that dream of having a business was just not for me and I'm not cut out for it. So about 2.5 years ago, I saw Sylvia. It was about 2 years ago, I saw Sylvia posting, and on the down low, she didn't know. I started researching about Plexus, and I started reading amazing things about the probiotic. I had become a probiotic snob because my kids had severe eczema to the point where they would scratch until they bled. So I had read so many great things, and I approached Sylvia at church, and we met, and she explained the business opportunity to me and also the products. And she told me how much she was making at that time, and it was a lot of money. And I joined with my fingers crossed that I could earn enough to just cover the cost of the products for the 5 of us. So my goal, my prayer was, God, let me make $300 by my 3rd month. I did not go into this business thinking it would be much more than that. Okay, I thought I could just cover the cost of my products. But I trusted Sylvia. She said post 2 to 3 times every day. So I started doing that. I devoted 30 minutes a day to learning about the business, to self-development. And my first month, I more than tripled my goal of $300. In addition to that, my family experienced life-changing benefits. My kids' eczema cleared up. My daily headaches went away. My joint pain went away. My insomnia went away. I lost baby weight that I had been trying for 2 years to lose. So I slowly started realizing that this was a business opportunity that I wanted. And I felt like God finally gave me this chance to be successful at business, and that those past failures that I had were just opportunities for me to learn. I've learned that you need more than to love a product to be successful. You need a product that's in demand, that's a necessity. Because if my paycheck was cut, I would sell whatever I had to be able for my kids to continue taking ProBio 5. So that would definitely be one of the last things to go if I ever had to cut my budget. I also learned that not all MLMs are the same. The compensation plan matters. And Plexus is different in so many ways. And that's why so many ambassadors are able to earn a significant income right away. So that's my story, and that's why I love this company, and I'll stick around forever. I wish you guys all the best. And now I have the honor of passing the mic to Brittany Baumgartner.
There we go. Hey everyone, and my name is Brittany Baumgartner, and I am a Sapphire Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. And I'm super ADD, so I have my notes, y'all, because otherwise I will never stay on track. So many wonder why I am so passionate and why I am the kind of the crazy Plexus lady, as Celeste always says. In the beginning, my why was to actually lose a few pounds, and I accomplished that. And then my why really, really changed. Recently, I was surrounded by a bunch of women, and we gave our whys and we shared our whys. And, I challenge everyone on this call that if you don't know your why, then you need to get in touch with your why, because your why is really what keeps you in this business, and your why is what keeps you going. Your why is that's the drive for me. And so, my why truly is freedom, not just freedom for me, but freedom for my family, freedom for my friends. I know what this business and I know what these products can do for people. And so I know for a lot of people, freedom looks different, but for me, I'm a hairstylist, and I own my own salon. I have 7 employees in there. I'm a busy mama. 2 of my children, I have 3 kids, one's in college and 2 play select sports. And so freedom is different for me. I love what I do, but what I do doing hair comes with challenges. And I'm old now, and I stand on my feet, and I'm tired. And so lots of days and nights on my feet and not doing hair because I loved to do hair in the beginning, but I started doing hair because it turned into a job for me. So I wanted freedom. And to be honest, I didn't sign up for Plexus to work it as a business. I actually signed up just to take the products and lose a few pounds like most of us. So I started losing. I felt great. I turned it into a business. One of the things that happened with me is I noticed instantly that I gave up my sweets addiction. I wasn't in the hospital anymore. My immune system wasn't compromised. I lost weight. I felt great. I wasn't on blood pressure anymore. And so that freed me from my health issues. But then I realized that there was a bigger freedom, and that would be freedom for my family. And so for us, we recently, there's things like paying for my son to have a tutor, and those things would have been so stressful on my family before. Like Kim was saying, my family would have been completely stressed out. We paid for my son to go to Baylor, and if you guys know, Baylor University is extremely expensive. Before Plexus, I was in and out of the hospital all the time, and we've been able to pay off medical debt. We've been able to pay off cars and go on vacations without the stress of me having to work in my salon. We've been able to do things like pay my kids' sports and build our dream home. I can't even explain to you how awesome that's been. It's amazing the amount of stress that Plexus has lifted off of my life. So it is truly freedom for us, and it's been freedom for so many people that I've been able to bring into this business. And the money is great. It truly is. But the time freedom, y'all, is amazing. It's priceless. To be able to get off work and to be able to be around when my daughter gets home and gets off of the bus, or to be able to go to my kids' sporting events. For me, I wasn't able to do that when I was working all the time, because when I didn't work, I didn't get paid. Or to spend holidays with my families that is stress-free and without working my fingers to the bone. That has been amazing for me. But truly, for everyone on this call, one of the things I always end with is you ask yourself, about Plexus and where do you want to be in 5 years? What does that look like for you? And what does your current job allow you? I know for me, being self-employed, even though I am a business owner, being self-employed, I don't have a backup plan like a lot of other people do. And so Plexus has allowed me a backup plan. It also allowed, most people don't have the earning potential that Plexus provides. We have the most amazing compensation plan, and we have an unbelievable earning potential. You can be the CEO or you can work this business part-time. It's kind of up to you. But we also have the ability to change lives and impact lives, and I think that is awesome. That I've heard it said before that we are hope dealers. We truly are hope dealers. There's not a better opportunity out there, hands down. But the biggest blessing of all has been, I've been able to lift a lot of burdens. There was a time in my life where I had a lot of adversity, and I struggled with a lot of grief. When my mom was dying of cancer and was given a few months to live, I was devastated. I wanted to be there for her, for every meal, for every Scrabble game, for everything. And what I want you to know is, I wasn't able to. I had to choose. And I love the fact that Plexus gives me the ability not to have to choose anymore. I wish Plexus was around when my mom was dying of cancer. I wish it was, because I would have had the freedom to be present when my mom was around. I didn't have to choose whether or not I had to go to work and or take care of my mom. And so I was so busy. I'll tell you, I was so busy worrying about how our family was going to make ends meet while I was actually watching my mom die. So for me, the burden that has been lifted is amazing. And I want that for everyone that is on my team, everyone that's in this business, everyone that I introduce Plexus to. That's why I'm so passionate. That's my why. That's why I choose Plexus. And I know it's possible for every single one of us on this phone call. We are all so blessed. We have a company that has amazing products. and an amazing compensation plan. Like most of these girls said, I was never in network marketing. I was a business owner. I didn't believe that I even wanted to be a part of network marketing. I didn't research comp plans. I didn't even know what comp plans were. Honestly, in the beginning, I didn't even know I was in a network marketing company, y'all. But to tell you that I've seen them around me, because I am a hairstylist, and most people know that the first person you take your network opportunity to is your hairstylist. I've seen different network marketing companies come and go. I've watched my friends invest in inventory. I've seen what happens. And I know that this company is hands down the best company to work for. We're changing lives. And the biggest thing I can tell you is if you're on this call tonight, go all in. And that, for me, when I decided to go all in, is when this business and these products completely changed my life. And so I am just honored to be able to talk to all of you guys tonight, just like everyone else. I think it's awesome to listen to everyone's passion and why people brought you into this business. And if you had a new ambassador, it's awesome for them to listen and to be able to hear everyone's experiences about why we're so passionate about this business. So thank you, everyone, for jumping on and having me on. And I'll let Cheyenne close it out.
Yeah, guys, I don't know about you, but I loved hearing everybody's stories. It's funny because I know all of these women, but I didn't know all of their stories. So I hope that you are as committed to Plexus as we are. We are completely all in. We're not going anywhere, like all of these women have said. This is an amazing company with an amazing opportunity. So like Brittany said, go all in. We are here for y'all. We were going to open it up for questions, but we're right at an hour. So look for another Zoom coming in December, and we'll have time for question and answers then. But thank you all so much for joining tonight. We appreciate y'all. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.